If you are watching this video, you are probably looking for a simple, practical way to improve your garden's soil without relying on expensive products or synthetic fertilizers. So let's get straight to the point. Fermented wood ash is not a miracle, not a shortcut, and not a trendy internet trick. It is a simple old practice that helps soil work the way it was always meant to work. And in this video, I will show you exactly how to prepare it, how to use it correctly, and why it can make such a difference when used with care. Most gardeners know wood ash is something you sprinkle lightly on soil or compost. Some people try it once, get mixed results, and never touch it again. The reason for that is not that wood ash is useless, but that it is often used in the wrong way. Fresh ash can be too harsh for soil, especially when applied directly and without understanding what it does. Fermenting wood ash changes how its minerals interact with the soil, making it gentler, more stable, and easier for plants and soil life to handle. Let's start with the basics. Wood ash comes from burning untreated, natural wood. That part is extremely important. You should never use ash from painted wood, pressure-treated lumber, plywood, MDF, or charcoal briquettes. The ash you want comes from firewood, branches, logs, or natural garden waste. Good ash is light gray or off-white, dry, and free of chemical smells. This alone already avoids most problems people run into. Wood ash naturally contains minerals like potassium and calcium. Potassium supports plant growth and fruit development, while calcium helps improve soil structure. The challenge is that fresh ash is very alkaline. When applied directly, it can raise soil pH too quickly, stress roots, and disrupt soil microorganisms. Fermentation helps slow this process down and makes the minerals more available in a controlled way. To prepare fermented wood ash, you do not need special tools or ingredients. A simple bucket or container is enough. Add about 1 kilogram of clean wood ash for every 10 liters of water. Rainwater is ideal, but tap water also works if you let it sit for at least 24 hours to allow chlorine to dissipate. Stir the mixture well so the ash is fully suspended in the water. Now comes the key part. You do not use this mixture right away. You let it rest. Place the container in a shaded outdoor area and allow it to sit for at least 7 days. Once a day, give it a gentle stir. During this time, chemical reactions occur between the minerals and the water, and natural processes help stabilize the solution. You may notice the liquid becoming slightly cloudy or taking on a grayish or yellowish tone that is normal. The smell is another indicator. Properly fermented wood ash does not smell rotten or foul. It should smell neutral or slightly mineral. If it smells bad, something unwanted was introduced, and it is better to discard it and start over. Simple and clean is the rule here. After fermentation, the solution is not used pure. This is another common mistake. You must dilute it. A safe and effective dilution is 1 part fermented ash solution to 9 parts water. This makes the minerals available without shocking the soil. Think of it as feeding the soil gently rather than forcing it. Application matters just as much as preparation. Fermented wood ash should always be applied to the soil, not directly onto leaves. The soil should be slightly moist, not completely dry. Pour the diluted solution slowly around the base of plants, avoiding direct contact with the stem. Slow application helps the liquid penetrate the root zone instead of running off the surface. Frequency is important. More is not better. Applying fermented wood ash once every 2 weeks is more than enough for most garden situations. Using it more often can throw off balance instead of improving it. Healthy soil responds best to consistency, not excess. What happens in the soil when you use fermented wood ash correctly is not instant magic. Instead, several small improvements happen together. Soil structure becomes better, meaning it holds moisture without becoming compacted. Mineral availability improves gradually. Microorganisms find a more stable environment to do their work. All of this supports stronger root systems, and strong roots lead to healthier plants. One important point to understand is that fermented wood ash does not create life in dead soil by itself. It supports conditions where life can return. That is why results are best when the soil also contains organic matter. Mulch, leaves, old branches, compost, and plant residues all work together with fermented ash. This combination is far more powerful than any single input. Timing also plays a role. The best time to apply fermented wood ash is early, in the morning or late in the afternoon. During these times, soil temperature is lower and microbial activity is higher. Applying during intense midday heat reduces effectiveness and can stress plants. For container gardening, extra care is needed. Pots and containers have limited soil volume, which means minerals concentrate faster. If you want to use fermented wood ash in containers, dilute it even more, such as 1 part solution to 15 parts water, and apply smaller amounts. Always observe how plants respond before repeating. There are also situations where fermented wood ash should be used, cautiously or not at all. If your soil is already highly alkaline, frequent use may push it out of balance. Some plants prefer acidic soil and may not respond well. Observation is your best guide. Healthy plants show steady growth, good leaf color, and firm stems. Signs of stress mean it is time to pause and reassess. One overlooked benefit of using fermented wood ash properly is how it changes watering needs. As soil structure improves, it retains moisture more effectively. Over time, you may find that you need to water less often. This is a sign that the soil is becoming more resilient and efficient. Another factor that enhances results is crop diversity. Rotating plants and growing different types together helps balance nutrient use. Leafy greens, fruiting plants, and root crops all interact differently with soil minerals. Diversity prevents excesses and deficiencies from building up. Results vary depending on climate, soil type, and plant species. Some gardeners notice improved leaf growth within a week. Others see the biggest changes during flowering and fruit development. Long-term improvements in soil health become more visible over months, not days. This is normal and expected. It is also important not to mix fermented wood ash with synthetic fertilizers or highly soluble chemical products. Doing so can cause nutrient lockout or chemical reactions that harm roots. If you use synthetic inputs, leave at least a few weeks between applications. This method works best when approached with patience. It is not about forcing growth, but about supporting natural processes. Gardeners who succeed with fermented wood ash are those who observe their soil, adjust gently, and respect limits. If this kind of practical, grounded gardening knowledge resonates with you, consider subscribing to this channel. The goal here is not trends or shortcuts, but understanding soil and plants in a way that actually works over time. Fermented wood ash is a tool, not a solution to everything. Used correctly, it helps soil regain balance and function more efficiently. Used incorrectly, it can cause problems. That is why understanding the process matters more than simply copying a recipe. Start small. Test it in one bed or area. Watch how your plants respond. Adjust as needed. Gardening is always a conversation with the soil, not a command. Over time, you may notice that your soil becomes darker, looser, and more alive. Earthworms return. Water absorption improves. Plants become more resilient. These are signs that the soil system is working, not just the plants growing faster. In a world full of expensive products and quick fixes, fermented wood ash stands out because it is simple, accessible, and grounded in observation. It reminds us that improving soil does not always mean adding more, but adding smarter. If you found this video helpful, leave a like and share your experience in the comments. Let us know if you have tried wood ash before or if this method is new to you. And stay tuned for future videos where we explore how to combine soil amendments with mulching and organic matter for even better results. Healthy gardens start from the ground up. And sometimes, the most effective solutions are the ones we almost overlooked. As you continue working with fermented wood ash over time, you may begin to notice something subtle but important. Your soil becomes more forgiving. Small mistakes, like missing a watering day or sudden temperature changes, have less impact. This is one of the clearest signs that soil structure and biological activity are improving. Healthy soil buffers stress, and fermented wood ash, when used correctly, supports that resilience. Another interesting change often appears during seasonal transitions. When temperatures start to rise in spring or drop in late summer, gardens treated with balanced mineral inputs tend to adapt more smoothly. Plants show less shock, roots remain active longer, and overall growth stays more consistent. This stability is not accidental. It comes from improved mineral exchange and better moisture retention in the soil profile. Fermented wood ash also pairs well with slow, natural soil building methods. For example, applying it shortly after adding mulch allows minerals to move gradually downward as moisture passes through the organic layer. This creates a gentle feeding effect that supports both plants and microorganisms. Over time, this layered approach builds soil that is not only fertile but also structurally sound. Observation remains your most valuable tool. Pay attention to leaf texture, stem strength, and the spacing between nodes. These details reveal more than rapid growth ever will. Balanced nutrition leads to steady, controlled development, which usually results in stronger plants and better harvest quality. It is also worth mentioning that soil improvement is cumulative. Each careful application builds on the previous one. Instead of dramatic short-term results, you are creating a system that improves year after year. Many gardeners who adopt this approach report that their soil requires fewer inputs over time because it becomes self-supporting. If you garden in an area with heavy rainfall, fermented wood ash can help reduce nutrient loss when combined with organic matter. Improved soil structure slows runoff and encourages deeper water infiltration. This keeps valuable minerals where roots can access them, rather than washing away. On the other hand, in dry climates, better moisture retention means less stress during hot periods. Soil that holds water efficiently cools roots and maintains microbial activity longer. This can make a noticeable difference during extended dry spells. The key takeaway is simple. Fermented wood ash is not about forcing results. It is about working with natural processes and allowing the soil to recover its natural balance. When you respect that balance, the garden responds in ways that are sustainable and predictable. As you refine your approach, you may even find yourself using fewer amendments overall. Healthy soil needs less correction. That is the long-term reward of careful, informed gardening. Thank you for spending this time learning about fermented wood ash and soil improvement. Keep observing, keep experimenting thoughtfully. And remember that every garden teaches something new to those willing to listen.